What's up, guys? Welcome to another Work Wednesday, where I literally just go through my day and what I do on a day-to-day basis in this wholesale and real estate business. Okay, so typically I'm running the business, following up on some emails, doing some marketing if I need to. Most of our marketing these days is pretty automated, but this week and last week I was acquisition manager. Which is crazy because I haven't done acquisitions in a couple of years now. I've done it here and there on occasion and helped out when I needed to, but as far as like being the one responsible to take those incoming calls and follow up with leads, all that kind of thing, I haven't done that in a while. So that's what I'm doing. That's my main focus this week. My acquisition manager, if you watched my video the other day, she's on vacation this week, so I am filling in. So yeah, I'm the acquisition manager right now. So anyways, yeah, last week was crazy though, because that's the week she was out, and I was actually out the last 2 days of the week because I took my son to Vegas for his 21st birthday. So I actually missed Thursday and Friday myself. So that was really crazy because just Friday alone, I think we brought in like 16 or 17 leads. So that was nuts. Monday morning trying to follow up with not just with those leads, but we always get leads over the weekend too. It just never fails. It just happens. So I think Monday morning I had in the low 20s as far as new leads to reach out to, which is never good. Because if you're in this business sustainably for very long, you got to get these leads while they're hot. Some of them are like cold call leads, so it's our cold caller that's telling them that we'll call them back. Those aren't, as dire important to reach out to like right away. At the same time, they're still super important. And then a lot of the SMS and RVM stuff, it's not quite as high priority. But when you're talking about spending thousands of dollars on PPC and on Facebook and on radio, those kind of leads come in. You want to get those live, you want to get them all live if you can, but especially those high dollar ones, because that's just money that you're potentially losing if you don't take those calls or respond to them very quickly. Because a lot of times if they're actively pursuing you, they're not just actively pursuing you, they're pursuing other real estate investment companies, other companies that buy houses for cash. So you're not the only one, so it's super important to reach those people ASAP. All right, so that's what I'm doing, man. That's my whole priority this week, is to get these leads. So as you can see, I have 3 screens. Acquisitions always uses 3 screens. So one screen, we always have PropStream up because that's where we actually analyze every deal. And we also pull up InvestorLift because we always run every property through that just to make sure that there's buyers there. A lot of areas that we've done a lot of deals in, we already know if there's buyers or not, so we don't have to do that. But some of these outer-lane areas, like for example, we just got this lead in this morning, and I don't recognize the area code, and for whatever reason, this is a pay-per-click lead, but not everybody fills the form out, so I don't actually have the address on this, but the area code is a 927. So some of you guys watching might already know what area that is in, but I don't. And it actually says it's potentially a Dallas, Texas, which I'm pretty familiar with Texas, so I don't recognize that area code, but I guess it is one. But I just know 817 is the one I come across the most with Texas. But anyways, so okay, so we got a Texas lead in the Dallas area, I'm assuming. But we got this other lead as well that actually is in Oklahoma, in Verdon, Oklahoma. I actually know where that is. That's a little bitty town in Verdon, Oklahoma. It's in Grady County. I know that area well. I've actually got a few speeding tickets there because I lived in Chickasha, Oklahoma through college. And Verdon's just a little suburb, if you want to call that, little suburb of Chickasha. Just a little bitty town. It's a speed trap is what it is. That's how they get their revenue. So anyway, so yeah. But last week was crazy because my acquisition manager was gone the whole week, and I was gone the last 2 days, but we brought in, man, it was close to 70 leads in our typical week. It varies, but it's usually in the 50 range. And it just so happened the week that she was gone, we had more leads than we normally have, and I was out the last 2 days as well, which was not a good situation. That's why I need 2 acquisition managers. So I'm actively pursuing hiring another one. So that's what I'm doing. I'm mostly doing acquisitions all week, and then I'm also, I'm still going through the growing pains of implementing this whole new CRM that we're starting up. We're not starting up. We bought into that. We're trying to get accustomed to, because we are moving away from Podio. Even though I love Podio, and I've said that in many videos as well, Podio does everything for us, but the only thing it didn't do is KPIs, as far as like detailed KPIs, and that's why I'm moving to this other system. So that's really it, y'all, for this week. On this day, on Wednesday, I'm just doing follow-up, because last week, out of those 70 leads, I contacted every one of them. So I got a lot of follow-up to do with all of those, and now I've got all the leads. I mean, just Monday alone, when I came in on Monday, we had like 12 leads just from the weekend. And then not to mention the ones from Friday. I mean, we had like in the low 20s for me to do on Monday. And now it's Wednesday. We've already got like, 40 something leads. So it's crazy. I've got all these leads currently that I have to follow up with and talk to, hopefully convince to sell their house to me. And I've got the 70 or so from last week that I've got to follow up with to try to do my due diligence on as well. So as you can see, once you start getting a bunch of leads in, there's no way you can manage that without a CRM, first of all, but there's no way you can manage that on your own. That's why you need people to help you. Because just from 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks yet, I've got way over 100 leads. And that's hard to manage by yourself, just follow up alone. And not to mention all the new leads still coming in every day. So that's a good tip for you. If you're getting that many leads in a week, it's time to hire an acquisition manager. Because you can only handle so much on your own. Plus, if you're getting, 30 plus leads in a week, you need people to help you anyways, because there's no way you can do acquisitions, transaction coordinating, dispositions, do all the marketing, run the business, make sure your tracking numbers are working correctly, make sure all the systems that you have implemented into your other system is all working correctly. Do all these different things. You can't do all of that all the time by yourself. That's why you have to have people help you. It's super important. So anyways, I won't ramble on. I appreciate you guys watching. So yes, I'm an acquisition manager this week. I did actually get a deal last week, which was pretty cool. And it was a one call close. It was a deal in Edmond, Oklahoma, actually, and it's a really good deal. Because it's hard to get a deal there. Like some parts of the country, like I live in Colorado, it's super hard to get a deal in Denver area because everybody knows what their house is worth. Even the dumpy houses that need to be bulldozed go for more than retail. That's just the way it is here. And Edmond, Oklahoma is kind of similar because it's a super high-end community. So it's really tough to get a deal. Even the lower-end houses, they know that their house will sell for top dollar typically. So anyway, super excited about that deal because it's probably one that I'm actually going to take down myself to flip, because there's no reason just to make $10,000 or $15,000 wholesaling that deal when I could easily make $50,000 just closing on it and putting on the MLS the next day. But if I actually get 10 to 15 into it, I could probably make 70 to 100 on it. So that's most likely what I will do. So I'll keep you posted on that, see how that goes. But anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd appreciate that as well. And give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.